Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Jury's World. Today I am going to explain you the chapter The Ailing Planet, The Green Movement's Role, written by Naini Palkiwala. Let's see. The following article was written by Naini Palkiwala and published in the Indian Express on 24th November 1994. The issue that he raised regarding the declining health of the earth continues to have relevance here. One cannot recall any moment in world history which has gripped the imagination of the entire human race so completely and so rapidly as the Green Movement, which started nearly 25 years ago in 1972. The world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand. Since then, the government has not looked back. So, the Ailing Planet is a sad commentary on a gradual deterioration of our environment. The Green Movement started nearly 25 years ago in 1972. Since then, it has captured the imagination of millions, and the world's first nationwide Green Party was founded in New Zealand. We have shifted one hopes irrevocably from the mechanistic view to a holistic and ecological view of the world. It is a shift in human perceptions as revolutionary as that introduced by Copernicus, who taught mankind in the 16th century that the Earth and the other planets revolve around the Sun. For the first time in human history, here is a growing worldwide consciousness that the Earth itself is a living organism, an enormous being of which we are parts. It has its own metabolic needs and vital process which needs to be respected and preserved. So, the Green Movement has changed our concepts. The shift is very positive. Now we have a holistic view of the world. For the first time, there is growing a worldwide consciousness that the earth itself is a living organism. The earth's vital signs reveal a patience in declining health. We have begun to realize our ethical obligations to be good stewards of the planet and responsible trustees of the legacy to future generations. The concept sustainable development was popularized in 1987 by the World Commission on Environment and Development. In its report, it defined the idea as development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. For example, without stripping the natural world of resources future generations would need. In a zoo at Losaka, Zambia, there is a case where the notice reads the world's most dangerous animal, and inside the case there is no animal but a mirror where you see yourself. Thanks to the efforts of a number of agencies in different countries, a new awareness has now dawned upon the most dangerous animals in the world. He has realized the wisdom of shifting from a system based on domination to one based on partnership. Scientists have catalogued about 1.4 million living species which mankind shares the earth, estimated very widely as regards the still uncatalogued living species. Biologists record that about 3 to 100 million other living species still languish unnamed in ignominious darkness. So, in 1987, the World Commission of Environment and Development defined it. What is meant by sustainable development? It means human development that fulfills the needs of the present without harming the future of mankind. Man shares the earth with 1.4 million living species. This earth has become a scarce planet. Deserts are advancing, landscape and the environment has been degraded. One of the early international commissions which dealt inter with the question of ecology and environment as the Bandit Commission, which had distinguished India as one of its members. Mr. L.K. Jha, the first Bandit report, raised the question: are we to leave our successors a scarce planet or of advancing deserts, impoverished landscape, and ailing environment? Mr. Lester R. Brown, in his thoughtful book, The Global Economic Prospect, points out that the Earth's principal biological systems are four: fisheries, forests, grassland, croplands, and they form the foundation of the global economic system in addition to supplying our food. And these four systems provides virtually all the raw material for industry except minerals and petroleum derived synthetics. In large area of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level, a point where their productivity is being impaired. When this happens, fisheries collapse, forests disappear, grasslands are converted into barren wastelands, and croplands deteriorate. In a protein conscious and protein hungry world, overfishing is common every day. Overfishing is common every day. In poor countries, local forests are being decimated in order to procure firewood for cooking. In some places, firewood has become so expensive that what goes under the pot now costs more than what goes inside it. Since the tropical forest is, in the word of Mr. Mayers, the powerhouse of evolution, several species of life face extinction as a result of its destruction. So, fisheries, forests, grassland, and cropland are the four main biological systems of this earth. They are basic of the global economic system, but these basic systems are being threatened. They are reaching an unsustainable level, and production has fallen. Fisheries have been ruined. Forests are disappearing. Grasslands are being converted into wastelands, and croplands are not in good shape. And tropical forests, which are the powerhouse of evolution, face extinctions. It has been well said that forests preceded mankind, deserts follow. The world's ancient patrimony of tropical forest is now eroding at a rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year, and the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizer. The World Bank estimates that a five-fold increase in the rate of the forest planting is needed to cope with the expected firewood demanded in the year 2000. James Speth, the president of the World Resource Institute, said the other day, we are seeing that we are losing the forest at an acre a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half to a second. So, in article 48A, the Constitution of India provides that the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country But what causes endless anguish is the fact that laws are never respected nor enforced in India. For instance, the constitution says that casteism, untouchability and bounded labor shall be abolished, but they flourished shamelessly even after 44 years of the cooperation of the constitutions. A recent report of our Parliament's Estimates Committee has highlighted the near catastrophic depletion of India's forests over the last 4 decades. India, according to reliable data, is losing its forests at a rate of 3.7 million acre a year. Large areas officially designated as forest lands are already virtually treeless. The actual loss of forest is estimated to be about 8 times the rate indicated by government statistics. A 3-year study using satellite and aerial photography conducted by the United Nations warns that the environment has deteriorated so badly that it is critical in many of the 88 countries investigated. So, the forests precede mankind and deserts follow them. 50 million acres of tropical forest are disappearing every year, and the World Bank estimated that a 5-fold increase in forest plantation is needed to cope with the fuelwood demand in coming years. Actually, we are losing forests at a rate of an acre and a half every second. According to a government's report, India is losing 3.7 million acres of forest every year. And definitely the actual loss is much higher. There can be no doubt that the growth of world population is one of the strongest factors distorting the future of human society. It took mankind more than a million years to reach the first billion. That was the world population around the world 1800. By the year 1900, a second billion was added, and the 20th century has added number 3.7 billion. The present world population is estimated at 5.7 billion. Every 4 days, the world population increases by 1 million. So, fertility falls as incomes rises, education spreads, and health improves. Thus, development is the best contraceptive. But development itself may not be possible if the present increase in number continues. The rich get richer and the poor beget children who is condemn them to remain poor. More children does not mean more workers, merely more people without work. It is not suggested that human beings be treated like cattle and compulsorily sterilized, but there is no alternative to voluntary family planning without introducing an element of coercion. And the choice is really between control of population and perpetuation of poverty. The population of India is estimated to be the 920 million today, more than the entire population of Africa and South America but put together. No one familiar with the conditions in India would doubt that the hope of the people would die in their hungry hutments unless population control is given topmost priority. For the first time in human history, we see a transcending concern, the survival not just of the people but of the planet. We have begun to take a historic view of the very basic of our existence. The environmental problem does not necessarily signal our demise. It is our passport for the future. The emerging new world vision has ushered in the era of responsibility. It is a holistic view, an ecological view, seeing the world as an integrated whole rather than a associated collection of parts. Industry has a most crucial role to play in the new era of responsibility. What a transformation would be affected if more business shared the view of the chairman of DuPont, Mr. Edgar S. Ollenard, who 5 years ago declared himself to be the company's chief environmental officer. He said, "Our continued existence as a leading manufacturer requires that we excel in environmental performances." So, satellite and aerial surveys conducted by the UNO warned that the environment has deteriorated so badly that it can be termed as critical, and the growth of world population is the main cause of this. In the 20th century, has added about 3.7 billion, and the present world population is estimated in at 5.7 billion. In every 4 days, the world population increases by 1 million. So, the choice is clear: either control population or perpetuate poverty. Of all the statements made by Margaret Thatcher during the years of her prime ministership, none has passed so decisively into the current coin of English usage as her felicitous word. No generation has a freedom on this earth. All we have is a life tenancy with a full repairing lease. In the words of Mr. Lesser Brown, we have not inherited this art from our forefathers, we have borrowed it from our children. So, uh, Margaret Thatcher has summoned by the declaration that no generation has a freehold on this art, and we all have is a life tenancy. And as Lester Brown also, what he says, we have not inherited this art from our forefathers, we have borrowed it from our children. So, it is not only the question of the survival of human race, but also of the planet itself. So, this is all about the chapter Ailing planet, the grave moment role. So, the ailing planet is a sad commentary on a gradual deterioration of our environment. The planet Earth is no more a pleasant place for habitation actually. Fisheries, forests, grassland and croplands need to be preserved and protected. So, let us avoid population explosions and stop perpetuation of poverty. The green movement is the only hope for the planet and the survival of the human race. Thank you for watching my videos. This is all about the chapter. If you like my video, do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.